Hello children. Now we have already learned the conditional statements. In conditional statements, in a given statement, we introduce the two words if and then. Now let me say something. The part of this conditional statement following if. The part of the conditional statement following if is called the antecedent. So that is the first part of the conditional statement which begins from if is called as the antecedent, and the part of the conditional statement following then is called as the consequent. So I repeat once again, a conditional statement starts from if, and whatever follows after if, that part of the sentence is called as antecedent. We also have then in the conditional statement. Whatever follows after then, that is called as the consequent of the conditional statement. Now remember one thing children. Today we are going to do the converse of the following statements. What do you mean by converse? Converse means whatever is coming after if, we are going to put that in the place of then, and whatever is going to come after then, we are going to take that and put after if. In short, we are going to change antecedent as consequent, and we are going to make consequent as antecedent. I hope it is clear. Today we are going to do converse. In converse, what we are going to do? Antecedent we are going to put in consequence place, and consequent we are going to put in antecedent place. Antecedent is the first part of the conditional statement, and consequent is the second part of the conditional statement. Now we are going to do today practice set 1.3 question 2. Write the converse of the following statement. So we have the first question here. The alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. Now you can see very clearly the first part of the sentence. We are talking about alternate angles. So that is our subject. Now, what is in the first part of the sentence? Parallel. And what is in the second part of the sentence? Congruent. So what we have to do is, this congruent has to come in the first part, and parallel lines has to go in the second part. So, and we have to begin the sentence with if, So how are we going to write? If the alternate angles formed by two lines you can see we have dropped the word parallel, because parallel we want in the second half. I repeat, if the alternate angles formed by two lines are congruent. So did you see? Congruent lies in the second half, and very easily we have brought congruent in the first half. So what is the first half of the sentence? If the alternate angles formed by two lines are congruent, then the two lines, what is left? Then the two lines are parallel. I hope this is clear children. What we have done? Parallel we have brought in the second half, and congruent we have brought in the first half. And what are we talking about? We are talking about alternate angles. Children, this question looks a little difficult because this is given to us in the form of simple statement. This is given to us in the form of simple statement. So it looks a little difficult. You are getting? If it was in the form of if then it was very easy to do. Then it was very easy to do. Since this statement is given in a simple form, we have to decide what is under if and what is under then, and then we have to interchange it. Coming to the next question, if a pair of interior angles made by a transversal of two parallel lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Now look children, the sentence is already given to you in conditional form. And the second half of the sentence contains parallel. So when we are writing the converse, we have to put parallel in the first half. And supplementary we have to bring in the second half. So how are we going to write? If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal. So we have taken parallel in the first half. I repeat, if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then the interior angles made by the transversal, what are they? Then the interior angles made by the transversal are, yes, first part, what does it contain? Supplementary. Children, the simple conversion of this statement could be, if the two lines are parallel, then the interior angles are supplementary. But you can see they have made use of the words by a transversal. All these things we cannot omit. Correct? So we have to write all those things. The simple way of writing the converse is, if the two lines are parallel, then the interior angles formed by them are supplementary. That was more than enough. But they have mentioned about transversal. So we cannot skip this transversal. We have to mention about the transversal also. I hope it is clear. I have done according to this question, and I have also told you the simple way of this statement. Okay children. Now the next one is very easy. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Again this is given in the form of simple statement. Children, how we have learned to convert this? We'll convert that if the quadrilateral is a rectangle, then the diagonals are congruent. So now the given simple statement we have converted into conditional form. Now from conditional form we have to convert into converse. Children, what is the first part of the sentence? If the quadrilateral is a rectangle. And what is the second part of the sentence? Then the diagonals are congruent. So we should begin with, if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are congruent. If you look carefully children, diagonals is coming after then in the question, and in the answer what we have done, whatever is in then, we have started with that. So if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a rectangle. is a rectangle.